everybody, welcome back to the fourth quarter podcast. I'm your host, Isaiah or Dumbo. Today I have my very first guest ever. We're doing my Jaxx. Say what's up, Jaxx.
What's up, guys?
I'd say we're two pretty big 49er fans, right? Like, I'm a huge Niner fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. We're going to start doing these weekly until the 49ers are eliminated from the NFL season. We're going to be reviewing the 49ers game this week. They played the Texans on Sunday, and they won 23-7 with Trey Lance at the quarterback for the first time in his rookie career. So we're just going to dive right into it, I guess. Make sure to follow my Twitter, the fourth quarter, and Jax's Twitter, all down below in the description. And we're going to hop right into this. You play football yourself, right?
Yeah, I do.
So, I feel like you understand more of it than I do, probably. So we'll start with the 49ers defense and how well they played. Let me know what you think about the defense and, who were your three stars on defense.
Okay, so for one, Ambry Thomas, he was the highest graded PFF corner for us. If you watch, past games of Ambry Thomas, he's always basically locked down. He's a lot like I'm going to compare him to a college player real quick. He's a lot like Ahmad Gardner, but the issue with him is that once the ball gets there, he's just off balance. He doesn't make plays on the ball. But they're both around the same size, and they're both just locked down man-to-man guys. I think he's going to be our future CB1. I could see him being a top 5 corner in the next few years. Fred Warner had 15 tackles. He played like an all-pro. And
a tackle for a loss. And he got a tackle for a loss as well. Yeah.
He's one of those guys that consistently is getting big hits every game, too, that swings momentum. Momentum is very important, in my opinion. And the third guy, I can't remember the D tackle's name. I know his last name is Key. What's his first name? Do you know?
Arden Key.
Arden Key, I'm pretty sure, had a high PFF grade, too. And he played very well. But, yeah, that's basically probably my top 3.
Yeah, they were amazing that entire game. The Texans offense couldn't get anything going. We actually had pressure for once in our entire lives. We haven't really had pressure at all recently. They struggled in the run game a bit, definitely. Yeah. Rex Burkhead, got some chunks here and there. But for the most part, they didn't really allow too many big plays. They allowed 7 points. You can't complain when your defense only allows 7 points. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
My 3 stars, Ambry Thomas, easily. Wow, I was on this. I hated this guy in preseason. And when he played for 5 minutes against the Jags, I hated this dude. I was like, this dude is worse than Dante Johnson. I didn't even know that was possible. Okay. And he's improved. He's impressed me. Even the Bengals game, I wasn't like, okay, he's good, but I was like, he's in position. He's in position to make plays. He's not making them, but he's not getting burnt. You know what I mean? He's not getting toasted every single time. And against the Titans game, I was really impressed. Mans shut down AJ Brown. He did. And the only time he got that big completion was because he was thrown off because the Texans were not going to run a play. The Titans were not going to run a play until Arden Key jumped off sides. And so that's when AJ Brown just hit the streak and Ambry Thomas was thrown off.
Was he? He was still there on that play, right? Or was it?
He was still there, yeah, but he got mossed. He got mossed. I'm not going to lie.
Issue.
Yeah, he's not small either, though. That's
he's 6'1", 195.
He's not too small. There's smaller corners out there. He's got to work on his hand skills, definitely. Because there was a pick 6 in this game, and I was so excited because I wanted him to get his first interception, and he dropped it, and I was like, dude. I'm going to have to agree, though, Fred Warner, dude, I'm really happy because he started off really slow and sluggish at the beginning of the year. He was not Fred Warner, and I was like, dang, you took all this money from us there, and now you're not going to be good. But he's improved for sure. Marcel Harris is going to be the guy, I think. The D-line had Simpson, Ebicon. Eric Armstead is also really good, but Marcel Harris got that big turnover. I know it was a fumble, definitely a fumble. But he got that big turnover right there, and that honestly shifted things for the 49ers. I know they got no points off of it, but they cheat some clock. They go down the field. And I feel like it completely changed momentum. So that's definitely my third one. And I like Marcel Harris a lot. He's a lot like Fred Warner in a way where he's just flying across the field.
Mm-hmm.
You always see him flying, getting tackled. Even if it's a missed tackle, but he's there to make impact. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I like him, and I think his conversion from safety to linebacker is helping him a lot.
That's number 36, right?
Yeah, number 36.
Okay,
36 Marcel. Yeah.
About Ebukam, he has 4.5 sacks in the last 4 games, and he's had 1 sack in the last 4 games, I believe. He's had 1 sack in the last 4 games, right? In each game?
He was terrible early on, so I think he had 1 sack in 7 games.
And he's a guy we got from the Rams too. This offseason.
Yeah. but he stepped it up. Him and Arden Key. It's nice to have that, especially with Bose's production being low recently. Like the last 2 games, Bose has been non-existent. He's drawn holding calls, but that's it. It's nice to see him stepping up.
Yeah. And then
All right,
also we
so
have good safety play.
what's up?
The
We do,
yeah.
dude. Jaquaski Tartt's tackling is insane.
Yep.
Like he's always there in the run game, getting those tackles for loss. Like he doesn't get the credit he deserves. Like everybody was so high on Hufanga at the beginning of the year, and they're like Hufanga's take start spots, and I was like, do we watch the same players? I don't hate Hufanga, right? He's just not as good as Tart, and it's simple.
Yeah, but I think it's good to let him play because, he's 8 years younger.
No, definitely. Like
Yeah.
next year, I don't know if we should re-sign Tart. I mean, I'll get into that later on during the offseason.
Yeah.
I don't know if we should re-sign Tart, but as of right now, we should be playing Tart over Hufanga easily.
Yeah, and Ward's for sure the guy. He's in my top 10 safeties.
Dude's
I have him at
insane.
7, and
Dude,
I feel like that's not
I
that
love
biased.
Ward.
Yeah, because
No, it's
normally
definitely
people will
not.
disagree.
No, he's underrated.
Yeah.
He doesn't get those turnovers, so he's not going to be a top safety. You know what I mean? But he's
Yeah.
there making those plays. That's all that matters. Is he makes the plays that we need him to make.
Yeah.
Yeah, so defensive performance, great job. We're going to move on to the offensive side of the ball, and we're going to start off with Trey freaking Lance. What do you think you saw from Lance? Like, what do you think about Lance? Like, are you excited for the future? Like, what's going
on? He shows good zip on his ball, which we knew, so that's good. He still has that. He's going for big plays instead of checkdowns, which is a good thing most of the time.
I didn't know that was possible. I didn't know quarterbacks should do that, if I'm being honest. I had no idea. You can throw the ball past 20 yards? No way.
He was able to avoid sacks. There was a few plays where he was dancing around the pocket, like you would see from like Mahomes, a lot of top-tier quarterbacks who have good pocket movement.
There was one play in particular
in our own
free
end zone,
blitzer.
Right?
I think so. There was a free blitzer who was unblocked, literally unblocked, and just came storming at Lance, and Lance juked him out, went down and hit a check down, and that was like, I don't see that. We see Jimmy Garoppolo just crouch down and take the hit. You know what I mean? And hope safety or loss of 10 yards. You know what I mean? So like to see him just like go out the pocket and make that one-man miss and hit like a 2-yard check down is much more impressive than taking a sack, especially for a rookie.
The one thing I don't like is he lets himself get hit, which if it's a playoff game, that's fun. It's different, but he's a young quarterback. He can't be letting himself get hit. He just needs to slide. He's literally making contact that he doesn't have to make, which is horrible. He also had, it's not that huge of an issue, but his spiral isn't there. Like, he'll throw some wobbly balls, which could cause the ball to get misplaced, get picked. I didn't really see a lot of bad. It was just, when they started letting him throw, he showed off his talent. But we haven't really seen him against a great secondary. Like, Cardinals secondary I wouldn't even call great. He played okay for his first start against the Cardinals. That's basically all I have to say about Trey Lance there.
Yeah, so I'm excited for Lance. We're going to talk about him versus Jimmy G and against the Rams way later on in the show. But we're talking about just Lance and his performance against the Texans. I'm excited from what I saw. I'm excited for the future. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He showed promise. He showed things we've never seen before as 49er fans that we haven't seen since Colin Kaepernick. And he made the run game 20 times better. We're going to talk about Elijah Mitchell next. But, wow, the run game looked really good with Elijah Mitchell. And I like how he is constantly looking for the deep play. I love it. I love that he's looking for that because we have the playmakers. We have Ayuk, we have Debo, we have Kittle that can go open deep. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With Jimmy G, Jimmy wouldn't sling it, but Lance is looking for that because he knows he has playmakers down the field. So like I love to see it, and I really think we could be a really powerful offense in the future. He did throw a couple scary passes this game. Of course, the interception, that was not good, obviously. But he's a rookie. He's gonna throw those. The one to Ayuk that luckily didn't get intercepted is what worries me. Because you have 7 seconds left, you're in a field goal range, you throw that where we don't, and he gets picked off, we lose 3 points. You know what I mean?
The thing with that pass is where it was placed. If he got a hand on that, it's only getting tipped up, which someone else could pick it. But that's about like the perfect place ball. He didn't really need to throw that ball. But he hit it in the right spot.
He didn't need to throw it. Yeah, I feel like he didn't need to throw it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He threw it, and it was a risky ball. I'm happy that Ayuk made a great play on it, but I don't know. And then there was another one where like the linebacker tipped it, but I mean, we see that from Jimmy Garoppolo all the time, so who cares? Like, he's probably not going to do that all the time.
Are we going to talk about like our receivers at all in this?
Probably not, but I mean, we can if you want.
All right, I just want to like drop a little take. I think Ayuk is a better wide receiver than Deebo Samuel.
100%. I agree with you. I think that is a fact.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that next. Let me finish the Lancer here.
Mm.
I also loved how he took responsibility in the press conference. Did you hear
Yeah,
him?
yeah, no, I saw that.
He
I
said
was gonna be.
I made a mistake. I felt like I could have done better. I can't like it gets just so weird seeing how different him and Jimmy Garoppolo are. Like Jimmy Garoppolo takes no responsibility ever. He's like, oh, we could have played better. George could have ran a better route. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
he throws his players under the bus constantly, and Lance, a rookie, talking like an 8-year veteran out here saying, I made a mistake. I'm really excited for this kid, and I think next year, I think it'll be good next year. His stat line wasn't too impressive. It was a Jimmy Garoppolo type game, 16 for 23, 249 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Like if he,
249 yards is like, but the difference between that 249 and Jimmy's 49, it's the air yards. He had like
no,
209 air
for
yards,
sure.
something like that.
No,
Like
no, definitely,
yeah,
yeah,
like
yeah, no.
Jimmy's air yards might be under 100, and he could have that many yards.
Because everybody just catches the ball. Yeah, no. And the throw to Kittle, I love that throw.
Yeah, the one issue with
Uh,
him is he was not finding Kittle enough, which they said it on the broadcast.
yeah,
Once he figures out that Kittle has literally probably the best hands in the NFL,
yeah.
he'll start hitting Kittle more.
It's also because Kittle's more of a check down guy in the offense,
Yeah,
and that's why he was like Jimmy's, check down. If they can get Kittle out in open field, middle of the field type stuff, I think Lance will come more often. If you want, we can go and talk about Brandon Ayuk versus Deebo Samuel. We can get into that right now.
all right, yeah.
Um, yeah, go ahead. You wanted this topic off. Go ahead. Yeah, let's go.
All right, so Brandon Ayuk is literally I'm not saying he's even as close to as good as Devontae Adams, but he's a lot like him. He has great route running. He's a great deep threat. He catches a lot of balls, and then he's great after the catch. And then the thing with Deebo Samuel, I wouldn't say he has great route running. He can get open, but more in the short game, you can put her at running back, jet sweeps. He's just a versatile guy. He's probably the best complete offensive weapon in the NFL right now. Once he gets the ball in his hands, he's hard to take down because he's strong, he's big, and he just makes plays with the ball. That's something that a lot of teams are going to start looking for now. That's the shift in the NFL that's going to happen now. Is every team's going to find a guy that can play running back and receiver at the same time.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with the receiver part. I was extremely frustrated with Kyle and Jimmy in the beginning of the year because we saw Ayuk last season.
Mm-hmm.
Ayuk was a top 3 rookie wide receiver last season, arguably. I mean, you could argue he wasn't, but Ayuk was outstanding. He almost had 1,000 yards last season, right? So,
Yeah.
I mean, we know what Ayuk can do. And the fact that it took them so long to get Ayuk involved in the offense made me so mad. Like, Kyle, Jimmy, grow up. Give this kid the football because he's good. I honestly don't care what he does in practice. I care what he does on the field on Sunday and if he can help us win a game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was really frustrating seeing him not get targets, not get throws, because we know he's good. We know his hands are amazing. Deebo Samuel is more of an offensive weapon. He's like Cordell Patterson, but better.
Yeah.
But Deebo Samuel, he is a deep threat just because of his speed. He is fast. Like, you don't think he's fast, and then you see him run.
Yeah,
past
the thing about
everybody,
them
and you're like,
too,
wow, he is fast.
their 40 times were not good. Like I thought Ayuk had a good 40 time. I watched his 40 time like a few months ago. It was like a 4.54. I'm not sure what Debo's was, and I'm pretty sure it was around the same thing. Like their on the field speed is different than their 40 time
It's
speed.
completely different. Like Deebo Samuel is insane. Also, Brandon Ayuk almost made that spectacular catch at the end of half. Did you see it? Yeah,
I probably did.
Lance just threw it up, and he like went up with one hand and catch it, but he was actually getting held. Like his arm was getting pulled down from the
in the
defender.
end zone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was only like 30 seconds left, and that's a catch if that defender doesn't hold him, and that should also be pass interference. We should be on the 1 yard line. But I mean, it's whatever. But Ayuk, dude, is gonna blossom. I think he's baby Devontae Adams. He's Devontae Adams on a smaller scale, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And he could be a really good wide receiver 1, and he's such a great complement to Deebo. Like, I think they complement each other so well because they're so different, but at the same time, you get the same production from them.
The thing that scares me is that I don't know. I have this thing about age. Debo's already 26. Like it just scares me that Kittle's getting old. Like not old, but they're getting.
He's
closer.
27, I believe.
Yeah, he's 27.
Yeah.
Ayuk is 23 though. I'm pretty sure, so he's younger. But those two guys are just getting, like they're still going to be in their primes for a few years. But if we give them those big contract extensions, they're going to be getting that money when they're 32, and that's what scares me.
Also, they were young getting injured. I imagine the tolls can take on their body as their body ages.
Yeah, that's the one thing that worries me.
But I mean, When Debo's on the field, we're a completely different offense.
A little bit off topic, but like, just I'm fine with the Trent Williams contract. He's an offensive lineman. He's 33, getting paid for 5 years, but I think he'll still be good for 5 years.
No, for
Receivers
sure.
are different. It's just
Definitely.
different. Yeah,
Like when we signed Pierre Garçon to that big contract when he was in his 30s, he sucked.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I love our weapons though. We're actually gonna switch course here. We're gonna talk about Davis Mills. I know he's not a 49er, but we're talking about him because he was getting a lot of hype the past couple weeks. You know what I mean? Everybody was like best rookie quarterback, second best rookie quarterback. He's looking really good. He dominated against the Texans, and then he didn't look too well against the 49ers, if I'm being completely honest.
I'm still on that second best rookie quarterback hype.
Oh, no, for sure. But I think we saw that he's not unstoppable today. Or yesterday,
Oh, yeah, for sure. Coming into the draft, I did a TikTok where I picked my best player every round, and Davis Mills was my third-round guy because I knew he was going to be starting eventually, probably going to be in the league for a while as maybe a starter. He has a lot of potential. He can make big plays. He doesn't have a bad arm at all. But like he's a third-round guy, so I don't think he's ever going to be a top quarterback, but he can definitely be a starter for a while. As of now, he's played better than every other quarterback except for Mac Jones, rookie.
I think he's played better than Mac Jones. Mac Jones just is in a way better system.
Yeah, he is, but you can't say he's played better than Mac Jones just because of he's not having a hard job, but he's doing good in his job.
That's true. I mean, I feel like if you put Davis Mills in the Patriots offense, the Niners offense, he'll thrive. If I'm being honest.
Yeah.
But the defense yesterday, attacked him in the pass rush.
Yeah, the one thing that scares me is when I see I saw it was like early in the game. It was 3rd and 8. We were in press coverage, and I had zero confidence we were getting a stop on 3rd and 8. And they got a false start, and we got a stop. But I just have zero confidence in the coverage.
No, so do I. We're going to talk about Ambry Thomas more and later on about with Emmanuel Mosley and who should Emmanuel Mosley pair up with week 18. But back on Davis Mills, he's really good. He's really good. My only thing was everybody was like he's going to dice the Niners offense or the Niners defense. Like he's going to look good. And
that's crazy.
I mean, I didn't see it. People were like, you can't just take the Texans lightly. And I know we struggled early with the Texans. But, I mean, the defense didn't struggle once up until that last drive when they were just getting garbage yards. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think some of us should slow the train down a bit on Davis Mills. The kid's good. He's good. Don't get me wrong. But let's wait a while. But, I mean, dude, that deep throw to Brandon Cooks, that Jaxx Tart somehow did not intercept. And we got lucky because it was a holding. Oh, my gosh. That was a dime.
Yeah.
Like, he threw that ball perfectly. Like, this dude has a good arm.
But that was also a great catch by Brandon Cooks.
No, for sure. I don't know how Tart doesn't intercept that.
Brandon Cooks
really
needs to get out of that team, though. Like,
dude, he's so good. He made Fred Warner go on skates. No wide receiver does that. It's really hard to make Fred Warner look dumb. And he was like, oh, Fred Warner. And Fred Warner was, like, stumbling.
Yeah. I'm kind of scared they're going to try to keep Brandon Cooks because they have a quarterback they want to develop, but he needs to get off that team.
Dude, I would really like to see him in a Panthers offense with a better quarterback. Him, DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson.
I think he's going to end up more in a team that's, like, already, like a team like, maybe, I don't know if the Packers can get him somehow, but, like, a team like a top house team, like a powerhouse.
Dude, him on the Packers would be insane.
Yeah, like the Cowboys maybe now. Because they're not going to get Michael Gallup back.
He's so underrated. He's so underrated. I'm sorry. One of the most underrated receivers.
He's
in the NFL.
definitely a top 20 wide receiver. I don't know if I'd put him top 15.
He might be top 15.
Yeah.
I think he's better than Hunter Renfrow.
Oh yeah, well I think he's better than Cooper Kupp, but like Cooper Kupp's a tight end.
Oh, Cooper Kupp. Okay, we'll talk about Cooper Kupp another day.
Yeah.
We're gonna move on now though to, I think the MVP of the game, Elijah Mitchell. He just broke the franchise rookie rushing yards. He just broke it on Sunday. Missing 6 games. He's missed like 6 games this year.
Yeah.
And he still broke it. Like, do you know, like we've had Frank Gore, we've had Roger Craig, we've had what's the other one? Carlos Hyde. He's okay, but we've had like really good running backs. You know what I mean?
This got to come down to
rounder.
Yeah. That's what's crazy. It was a great pick.
He's a 6th rounder, and he just broke a franchise record as a rookie. Missing half the season, it feels like.
Oh yeah, he didn't play for the first few games, and he got injured a little bit coming off an injury.
Missed the last 3 weeks game.
Yep. But the thing that mainly credits this, his vision is amazing. First off, I saw some plays. He just found a hole and made a cut. He probably has the best vision out of any rookie running back. I'd say it's amazing. But it's coming down to us. We have the best run blocking offensive line. Like
For
literally,
sure.
it's not even like a
Like
opinion. Like it's like if you look at
no,
the run
like
blocking
Tom
win
Compton's
rate,
a god in the run game for some reason.
yeah, they move well. If okay, so weird comparison, but my best friend's a Steelers fan, so I watch the Steelers a lot when he watches them. If you compare our offensive line to the Steelers' offensive line, the difference is our offensive line gets downfield on run plays and just keeps pushing, keeps making blocks. They give up. That's why he's getting more yards than he's doing better than Najee mainly. He has a line that's literally helping him way more.
I
They
think
get
he's
the
better
hole
than
and they get
Najee.
downfield.
Everybody says Najee's better. For the value, this kid is so much better. Najee was
Oh
a
yeah,
first round pick, right?
yeah. Bad
And
pick.
I mean Mitchell's better, and he's a
Value is the
6th round
best.
pick.
He's the best
You
value
know what I
running back.
mean?
Yeah.
Like it's not like this. He's really good, and he just fights for more yards too. That like
Yep.
when me and my dad watch him, like it's like a 1 yard gain. No, it's a 6 yard gain because he won't stop going, and he's not even big either. He's small.
Yeah, he is, and he ran a 4.3, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's pretty fast. He doesn't look
Yeah.
that fast on the field. I'm not gonna lie. He looks a little slower on the
Yeah,
field.
yeah. He's not that like on the field, but he has the speed. I don't think I can put him above Najee. He definitely not Javonte Williams. Javonte Williams is like in my top 5 running backs, but
Dude,
Najee, yeah,
he needs to get more playing time over Melvin Gordon. I
yeah,
forgot about him. I'm not gonna lie. No,
yeah.
Devontae's better than Elijah, but I think value wise, Mitchell is probably the best
Oh yeah,
valued running
value,
back
yes.
because he was in the 6th round. The Niners just always find gems, you know.
But I can't put him
Uh,
above Najee. I just can't. He's not getting the help.
that's true. Now, would you start Mitchell or Mostert next season if the 49ers bring Mostert back?
We should not get Mostert. Like we should not bring Mostert back. He's
You don't
gonna
want to
be
bring Mostert back?
31 or 30. He's a running
Okay.
back. He's done. I made it. I jumped on the gun. I said his career is over after this injury, but it might not be. But it's over with the 49ers. He's not coming back.
You think so?
Yeah. No.
All right. I mean, I love Mostert just because this dude
Yeah.
was the reason why we made the Super Bowl in 2019. Like, without him, we don't make it anywhere near the Super Bowl in 2019 because Tevin Coleman wasn't doing it.
Yep.
McKinnon was freaking trash. You know what I mean? So he has a special place in my heart. I would want to see him bring back just because that speed and explosivity he has on the outside, but does he have it still is the question after this injury.
He probably still has speed, but it's not that. And
Yeah.
he didn't bring excellent vision. He just brought speed.
Yeah. I don't know. That's it. It's interesting to see how the 49ers will play that out. We're going to move on to Kyle and Lance's relationship right now. We're going to talk about why didn't Kyle play Lance earlier. I'm not saying start him, but why wouldn't Kyle incorporate him in these fourth quarter blowouts? Like, what do you think? Because I have my opinions. What are your opinions? What's your thesis?
So fourth quarter blowout type thing, I can see why he should go in, but he gave a reason. It was because he didn't have a playbook ready. He didn't want to get him hurt, which I guess makes sense. And also the offensive line doesn't know how to block it's a lot different. A lot of people just think you can just throw him in.
I
The
tweeted
offensive
out
line
multiple
doesn't know how to
times,
block
why
for
is this
him.
offensive line not trying for Lance? Because
No, it's not trying. It's a
no, I
different
know. It was a
quarterback.
joke. It was a joke.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's because when he's scrambling, they're not really used to it.
Yeah,
He's
they're
just
not
in
used to
the
the
pocket.
timing. Everything's different. He can probably get hurt because they just don't know how to block for him. It's a lot different.
Yeah, but I mean, in the fourth quarter blowouts, he's going to throw on third down, if that. But first, second, and he's handing the football off. Is he really going to get injured? You know what I mean? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
he can't just come out there and hand the football off a couple times, like just so we could get the flow of the game. Because I feel like if that would have happened against the Rams, the Jags, and the Falcons, he would have been better equipped at the beginning of this game because he was really slow at the beginning of this game because he didn't understand the speed of it. He didn't understand like, wow, this is how it actually is because he doesn't get that besides the Week 5 game against the Cardinals.
hmm Yeah, I mean, I could see him getting handoffs, but I don't know if I really I understand they probably should have prepared more, got him ready for fourth quarter blowouts. But I'm honest. I was fine with him not playing.
That's fair. I would just get irritated, especially because Jimmy's injury prone, and Jimmy's in the fourth quarter out here taking sacks.
Yeah.
And if Lance isn't ready, why do you have your starter out here in the fourth quarter in a blowout taking sacks? Possibly could re-injure his ACL. So my thing was Lance needs the experience, and you don't want to injure Jimmy again. And I mean, they both failed on both of those. If we're being honest,
hmm
they could have killed one bird with two stones. But we're gonna move on to Kyle's confidence in Lance. Has it changed? Because I'm being honest. Before this, it seemed like Kyle had absolutely no confidence in this kid whatsoever. He was like, I don't want him to play. I don't want to see the field. Like, do you think his confidence has changed a little bit? Because in the post game, he
It
was like,
had
if
to have.
Jimmy's not good to go, then I won't hesitate on Lance. That's what he said. He said that in the press conference. I've never heard him talk about Lance like that before.
It had to have gone up because he saw that he can make plays. He made plays. And it wasn't even like flashes. It was at the second half was consistent plays. I'm pretty sure you saw the tweet. Second game starting for rookies, QBR. He was the highest by 30, I think.
Dang, I didn't see that at all, actually.
Yeah, he had like 130 QBR. Second highest, I think, was Mac Jones with like an 80. I think there was a guy in the
Jeez.
hundreds. I'm not sure. It might have been Davis Mills who was like 110.
He's a god of
Yeah, but obviously he had the best. He has the best offense around him.
for sure.
But he was ready for the start. I think he played well. He wasn't
You
facing
know,
a horrible defense. They still
it
had.
wasn't. No, because this defense held Justin Herbert to what, 21 points?
Yeah, they have
Like this
Justin Reed.
defense held Justin Herbert in check.
Yeah, they still have a decent secondary. Their front seven sucks. Like, yeah, their
Yeah,
front seven's horrible. Their
but Justin
secondary's
Reed's
bad.
good. Desmond King, that dude is so good.
Yeah,
Desmond King is really good. I definitely think Kyle's confidence in Lance has shifted. And I'm happy because we had confidence in Lance, but the coach didn't. Do you know what I mean? And so I'm happy that like we all can agree now that we would be confident if Lance had to be the starter next year. We're confident with Lance going into next year. I think Kyle is as well. I think that's a good sign because
but that's the key next year.
for sure. I didn't think Kyle wanted Lance or cared about he just didn't have like this, like, I don't know what it was. When it came to Lance, it seemed like he did not care.
Yeah, no, I can see that.
When they would ask questions about him, he just, I don't know. I just got weird vibes from it. But after this game, after the press, Kyle was smiling. He was happy after this game. You know what I mean? So I think he even gave Kyle more confidence in his job and like being able to not have to design a playbook where everything has to go perfect. With Jimmy, everything has to go perfect. So I think even Kyle has more confidence in himself to be able to design plays that don't have to be perfect because Lance is out there to improvise. So
Yeah.
I think they help each other. I think they help each other a lot, and I'm really happy. And I hope they get a good relationship going because I really do like Trey Lance, dude.
They will, and he just has to learn how to work with him because they also brought something up on the broadcast. I think it had something to do with third downs, first downs, second downs, what type of play he wants called, what he's comfortable with. Kyle Shanahan just doesn't know yet. He knows what Jimmy would want, and that's gonna take time. That's not gonna get there until maybe mid-season of next year.
Yeah, no, for sure. Because like on the fourth down, play calls, the play action, like I don't agree with a lot of it. And Lance even he kind of seems like, I think it was a 3rd and 2. He kind of like slows himself down sometimes. I don't know what it is. Like you can see the space there, but he kind of like hesitates on pushing it. I don't know. It's very interesting to watch.
It's just something you got to get used to. Once he'll figure it out.
For sure. All right, next thing up, we're going to talk about Emmanuel Mosley and Ambry Thomas. Are they our cornerbacks next year, or do we bring Jason Verrett back? Do we sign a corner? What do you think the cornerback situation for the 49ers should be next year? Because given Jimmy Garoppolo gets traded, we should have a lot of money to spend on a cornerback. So what do you think?
All right, so I doubt J.C. Jackson doesn't go back to the Patriots, but that should be our main guy we're shooting for. Jason Verrett is a no from me. He's injured too much. If we can find a third type good corner that's decent. I don't know all the free agent corners. I really just know J.C. Jackson. I don't know who else there is. But, if there's a guy that's like a starter level type guy, we should definitely get another guy. But Ambry Thomas should be starting next year because I think he's going to be a great corner. I didn't know Emmanuel Mosley was 25. I thought he was in his 30s.
He's young still. He's really young still.
I did not
think
know
we have
that.
him under contract for next year, or he's like a restricted free agent or something.
Yeah, that surprised me when I saw that today. I looked up his age, so he should definitely be starting. Those two guys are our starters. Quan Williams is actually he has a decent PFF grade, and he's our nickel guy, right? Like our slot. So he has a decent PFF grade. I guess he's okay.
He's
but
getting old though.
Yeah, when I watch the games, he doesn't do anything. He lets up receptions. And he's supposed to be the best corner on the field right now.
he understands our defense at a high level, though. I think that's why he's still there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, he understands what's going on constantly. And I mean, especially on those blitzes, nobody does it like him. Like, when you dial up those
Yeah.
cornerback blitzes, he gets there so fast.
And
So I
that's the
think he's
reason
bringing
why
a different
Lenore isn't
aspect
playing.
to the defense.
Yeah. People
Exactly.
want Lenore to play, but he's a slot guy.
And he's slow, and he gets burnt. We haven't seen a
Yeah.
lot of improvement. Every time he's on the field, he gets burnt. Ambry Thomas has improved. Um, I think if you can't get a cornerback at a high, like a high level cornerback,
Mm-hmm.
like a JC Jackson type of person, and you're not in the position to draft one, I wouldn't mind running back Jason Verrett, Emmanuel Mosley, and Ambry Thomas.
Yeah.
Because we know Verrett is elite. We know Verrett is elite, and if he stays healthy, we're looking good with him and Mosley. But those both have injury issues. And I don't want to jinx it yet, but Ambry Thomas has yet to have any injury issues so far. So it wouldn't be bad to have those two there and Ambry Thomas there too. We could throw in some dime looks sometimes as well,
Mm-hmm.
And like if one of those goes down, because I'm pretty sure one of them will, Ambry Thomas would be perfect to fit in and step up in place of Jason Verrett and Emmanuel Mosley. So I wouldn't mind running those three back if you couldn't get a star cornerback.
I think we're gonna have to go corner with our second round pick, though. I mean, what else do we need right now? More.
Guard, where the hell is Aaron Banks?
But we have Aaron Banks, so they don't. I don't think they know how good Aaron Banks is yet. We don't need a guard as bad as a corner. Like we
That's
definitely could
true.
use a second round talent corner. If we can somehow get a first round pick for Jimmy Garoppolo, if it's I doubt it, but if we do,
I doubt it too.
we need to package that first and second and get a Ahmad Gardner. Like a lot of mock drafts have him in the 20s, but like I don't know. I've watched a lot of them. In my mock draft, I have him going.
That's the
Yeah.
guy from Cincy, right?
Yes. Yes. He has not allowed a touchdown in like his whole college career.
I think it was like 1,000 plays. He hasn't allowed a touchdown.
Yeah. I
It's
have
gonna be
him mocked
crazy.
going third to the Texans. A lot of people have him in the 20s. He's my CB1. If we can somehow trade up, like I don't know what we're gonna have to trade, but if we can trade up and get that guy, he's gonna be so good. He's gonna be one of the best corners in the league. He's so good. He's big too. Like he's everything that you would want.
No, for sure. I wouldn't mind if we got him either. I just don't see how the 49ers can get into a position where they can take him. So, I mean, if you can't get a really good cornerback, if you can't sign a star cornerback,
Mm-hmm.
re-signing Jason Verrett for cheap, getting Emmanuel Mosley and Ambry Thomas back and just seeing what they can do and upgrading them more for pass rush, I think we could be decent on the defensive secondary, especially with Ward and Hufanga back there next year.
Yeah. Oh yeah, with the J.C. Jackson thing though, he's literally he might be the best corner in the NFL this season. He's gonna
Dude.
cost a lot of money. Like, I don't know if we can afford that money, even with trading Jimmy G. He's gonna cost probably at least $15 million a year.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, like he's big money.
But, I mean, you get a guy like that with Bosa on your team. I mean,
Oh yeah, we're
would it
instantly
be
Super
would it
Bowl
be
favorites.
worth it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it would make your defense 20 times better because everybody knows the weakness of the 49ers defense is the secondary. They just throw it up on Josh Norman, pass interference, or a 56-yard completion, touchdown. You know what I mean?
And I think it needs to be schemed a little bit better. Maybe more double team help with the safety because our safeties aren't bad. They're literally not bad at all. Like if you would just design it a little bit more to give more safety help to those corners, like you shouldn't have to, but you do have to in this situation. Like I think our rookie defensive coordinator isn't bad. He's actually doing pretty well, especially with the
I
front
think
seven.
he's doing
But
really well, especially with the corners he has. Like, he has no corners, and he's not allowing teams to score too many points. I think it's impressive.
he just might need to scheme up coverages a little bit better. Just that might
Yeah,
be the issue.
he seems a little stubborn at times when he doesn't switch personnel. Like, when somebody's doing bad, he won't take them out sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Or, like, if somebody is struggling, he won't get them help. Like, I don't understand. Like, if Ambry Thomas is getting beat one-on-one, give him a safety help. Like, you got to improve as the game goes on. You know what I mean? Like, the offense is going to adjust. The defense needs to adjust, too. I haven't seen much adjustment from the defense.
Yeah, I haven't either. I mean, they at least they let Ambry Thomas stay in. They kind of have to, but they
They
didn't.
don't have a choice. It's either him or Dante Johnson and Josh Norman out there, which isn't pretty.
Who was the guy that replaced Josh Norman? I believe he was number 27, something like that.
Dante Johnson. It was Johnson.
Oh, it was him? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he looks decent for the first time ever.
And then we had a corner. I forgot his number. He had dreads. We released him, right? Like he
Oh, he
came
was
in for a game.
awful.
It
Drake
was yeah,
Kirkpatrick,
that's who it was. Drake Kirkpatrick. Yeah,
awful.
he got released, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember. I forgot what game he played. He just sucked.
and I think it was the Pack.
And I
Was it the
feel like it was
Packers
more
game?
mid-season.
It was more midseason. Seahawks?
It might have
I don't
been.
know.
It was just
I
he
don't know, but
sucked.
he was awful. He's bad.
Yeah.
They need to work on their scouting for cornerbacks because whatever they see never translate on the field. I'm just saying. All right, we're gonna go to our biggest topic for today. Who are you starting week 18 if Jimmy is somewhat healthy and ready to play? Are you rolling with the rookie and seeing what he can do? Or are you gonna go with Jimmy who is known to own the Rams?
I'm going with Jimmy.
Like this is a tough decision.
It's not for me at all. It's Jimmy Garoppolo all day.
Why is that?
If we want to win a Super Bowl this year, Jimmy Garoppolo is gonna have to be this quarterback. He's gonna have to be the quarterback. He proved this season that he can do it. He's had his bad games, right? But in the experience we've had with him in the playoffs, he doesn't suck. The Super Bowl, he started
Fourth
off
quarter.
well.
The first through the third quarter, he was better than Patrick Mahomes. It was the fourth quarter where he flunked.
He's the guy. He's the guy this year. I honestly, they're not going to at this point, I don't think. But if he started next year, I wouldn't be too mad. I wouldn't be too mad.
Whoa.
I'm like, I can't be too mad if he starts because I know he can do it. He can. But it was before I saw Trey Lance can play. I knew Trey Lance had the talent, but I just didn't trust him to be consistent enough. That was the issue. I think he can be consistent enough. So now if he was a starter next year, I feel like I might have a little bit of a problem with it. But before this Texans game, I wanted Jimmy to be the starter next year. Can't lie. He's just shown that he is a consistent quarterback and he can be good.
So you want Jimmy to play against the Rams in Week 18 in a scenario where if the 49ers lose, they're most likely not in the playoffs.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm 50-50 here. One, if Jimmy Garoppolo loses this game and we miss the playoffs, everybody blames him and then he's gone.
Yep.
It's simple. You know what I mean? Oh, Jimmy, we missed the playoffs because of you. Bye. We don't have to blame Trey Lance because he's a rookie. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, Jimmy owns the Rams. When Jimmy plays against the Rams, he turns into the freaking second coming of Jesus, apparently.
Yep.
Like, I don't know what it is, but the thing is he going to be healthy enough to play Rams? And this isn't just any Rams team. This is a Rams team that wants the NFC West title.
Yep. And
they want this title.
This is a Rams team that's been bad recently. They just barely
really
beat Baltimore.
Bad. We'll talk about the Stafford a little bit too. But I mean, I don't know. I really don't know because I mean, I want Lance to get this experience, but this is a really, really good defense. Yeah. This is a really good front four. They have a really good secondary with Jalen Ramsey. Like, this defense worries me for a rookie that they can put us in disguise that Trey Lance will recognize, and he just doesn't look good.
The issue with Jimmy G is I don't think he's healthy at all because the injury he has is literally a 6 to 8 week recovery. I don't think he can play. But if for some reason he can throw a football just like he was able to, and he's not hurt, if Trey Lance starts and Jimmy G is not hurt, it's the worst thing we could do for this team. I just don't think Trey Lance can win this game. They can run the ball all day and maybe win. Sure. But if we try to pass, we're losing this game with Trey Lance. I really think he's going to make too many mistakes.
He does get me nervous when he throws the ball sometimes. Here's the thing, though. I'm going to pick Lance.
Mm.
We're not going to talk about my predictions. We'll get into your predictions. We're not going to talk about my predictions because I do my predictions later on in the week. I want Trey Lance to play even if he's going to lose this game. Just to get this experience. Because here's the thing, if Trey Lance wins this game, he is the guaranteed starter for the playoffs. And getting a rookie in his first season, at least one playoff game under his belt, is so huge. Because it's a different environment. You know what I mean? If Lance, in his rookie year, can get one playoff game, one playoff win, that is huge. And that just sets up such a bright future and gives me so much more confidence. But at the same time, can he do it? I don't know. The Texans defense isn't amazing, and he looked good, but I don't know. I'm gonna pick Trey Lance over, also just to go against you. but I think a healthy Jimmy does give us a better opportunity to beat the Rams. Against any other team, I'm taking Lance, but it's the Rams, so I'll take Jimmy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm in a pickle. I can't really choose. We'll see what Kyle says on Wednesday, probably, who's playing.
I think it's gonna be Trey Lance. Jimmy just isn't gonna be healthy, and
That's fair.
I'm not against I'm not gonna count this team out if Trey Lance is playing because he's gonna come up with a good game plan. We're gonna run the ball.
And
I know we're gonna run
it's
the
always
ball a lot.
strategy against the Rams. It's always matchup.
Yeah.
We just match up really well against them.
If you just because the last game they just literally ran the ball away from Aaron Donald, whatever side he's on, they ran the other way.
Daniel
Works.
Brunskill owns Aaron Donald.
Yeah, and Trent Williams, we have Trent Williams. Like if he's lined up on that side, if we can get Trent Williams on Aaron Donald, Trent Williams is a bigger guy. He's stronger than Aaron Donald. He's just there. We have guys in the offensive line like Lakeland Tomlinson. That's how you say his last name, right?
Yeah, Tomlinson, yeah.
Okay. He's a strong guy too. I like our left side, so I'm pretty sure they've left Aaron Donald more on the right, and we're running more to the left, which is better. We have our better run blockers on the left.
Run away from him.
Yeah, and they like to line Donald up against the guys that are weaker, which is on our right side.
Tom Compton, Brunskill.
And then, like I just said, then that lets us run to our better runners. They're probably gonna have Von Miller on that side, but Von Miller, we saw
Old wash, not good.
Yeah, and he's not powerful, so he's just
especially against Trent Williams. Come on,
he's not a factor. And I watched the Rams game. They had him in coverage a lot. Like they had him just at linebacker. I don't think they know how to use him.
I don't think they do either. All right, so I'm split. I don't know who I'm picking yet. I will probably my final decision when I do my Week 18 predictions later on in this week. You're going with Jimmy if Jimmy is healthy. That's fair. I don't blame you. I would like to know your predictions for this game. I'll give my predictions later on in the week as well. But what is your score prediction? Who's gonna win? And give me the quarterbacks. What is the quarterbacks? What's the word I'm looking for?
QBR.
The stats. The quarterback stats of the game.
So I'm gonna do both quarterbacks. Jimmy starts. We're assuming Jimmy's healthy, like normal Jimmy. I think we win this game by 10. Last time we faced the Rams, I predicted 31-10. I don't know. I was off by 3 points, and I predicted us winning. We're not gonna win like that again. I don't think. I think we're gonna win by 10 with Jimmy. I think it's more gonna be like a 23-13 type thing. It's gonna be a slower paced game. We're gonna just run the ball. We're gonna try to take out all the clock. Matthew Stafford's probably gonna make mistakes like he always does. He's been doing. We're gonna win.
Dude, he's how many he threw a pick? He's leading the NFL in pick sixes. First of all, He threw 3 interceptions against a terrible Vikings defense, and he struggled against an injured Ravens secondary and threw some interceptions over there too. I mean, if the 49ers think of some turnovers, I don't even think it matters who the quarterback's playing.
With Trey Lance, we're gonna run the ball more, which is better. We might have some big pass plays in there. They'll just maybe if they start bringing the players down, we'll start going over the top, getting a few good plays. With Trey Lance, I don't know. Like as a 49ers fan, I want to say we win by 3. But with Trey Lance, I'm really gonna say we probably I'm trying to take the biasness out of this. I think we lose with Trey Lance by maybe 7. Just because I see him throwing 2 interceptions, because I feel like we're gonna throw too much. But so if Trey Lance throws more than 20 passes and he starts, we lose by 7. If Trey Lance throws less than that, we win by 3. That's my prediction.
That's fair. That's fair. I hope we win, of course. Hope we make the playoffs. If not, let's pray on the Saints' downfall. Thank you for your predictions, and we're gonna move on to our final topic of the day: the 49ers and the playoff picture. So here's how it scales out, okay? The 49ers currently, I believe, are the 6th seed because we have the tiebreaker over the Eagles, okay? So it's the 49ers and the Eagles. The Eagles just clinched last night. I don't know how the heck that's even physically possible when we beat them and we have the same exact record. I don't know how it works. The NFL's stupid. But the Eagles clinched last night, and they have the 7th seed as of right now. We have not clinched. It's us and the Saints, okay?
Yep.
So coming Sunday, the Saints play the Falcons the same time the 49ers play the Rams. So when both these games end, we'll know right away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the Saints have to lose and the 49ers have to win. It's simple. The only way the 49ers get in without winning is if the Saints lose.
Yep.
So if the Saints lose, I believe, and if the Niners win, the Niners are in and they clinch a playoff spot. I don't know if it's the 6th or the 7th, but they clinch.
It
I'm
would
gonna.
it would be the 6th if we had the same
It
record
would
as the
be the
Eagles. Yeah,
6th.
because
Okay,
we'd have
so
the same
yeah,
record.
because if the Eagles win, we'd have the same record, right? If we win
Yeah.
and the Eagles
And
win,
they face Dallas.
okay, yeah,
So
they face Dallas.
I
Dallas
doubt.
might rest their starters, so I mean, we'll see.
Yeah.
Um, and if the Saints win and the Niners lose, they're done. Then if the Saints win, the Niners win, we're in. It's simple as Niners. You need to win this game.
Yep.
You're in the playoff picture, and you're most likely getting that 6th seed, unless you lose and the Saints lose. Then you'll drop to the 7th seed, and the Eagles win, of course.
Yeah, and I just don't like thinking about this because it just makes me so nervous about this.
Dude, I'm stressing about this because it's a terrible Falcons team against a really good Saints defense. It's a Niners team with a new quarterback against an already cemented Rams team.
The one thing I like about it being the Saints is that they have the worst quarterback in the NFL starting for them.
Taysom Hill?
It makes me feel a lot better because they're counting on Alvin Kamara to ball out. They don't have good receivers. They have probably the worst starting quarterback. The worst starting quarterback, one of the worst quarterbacks in the NFL. He's not a good quarterback. He's not a good NFL player. He's starting for them. I'm confident they can lose that game, but they beat Carolina, which scared me.
Yeah, but I think the Falcons are a better team than Carolina. The Falcons are just the Falcons. That's why they're bad.
But I just don't know.
Bad team.
Because they have, it's a division rival, right? They can kick their division rival out of the playoffs, but they're not fighting for anything. So I'm worried about how well they're going to play.
But it's like the 49ers last year against the Rams. The Rams win. They clinch the NFC West. The Niners aren't playing for anything except for spoiler against the Rams to make the Rams not clinch the NFC West. I feel like the same situation here. If the Falcons want to play spoiler, and I'm sure they do because it's a rivalry they've had for years, the Falcons want to play spoiler and want to not have the Saints make the playoffs probably because, we stopped the Saints from making the playoffs. That built some confidence in them going into next year, and teams love playing spoiler. I don't know if the Saints lose. I don't know if the Niners win. I don't know if the 49ers make the playoffs. But that loss against Tennessee and Jimmy Garoppolo's fraudness made this season.
Is it his fraudness? When was that injury? Was that injury before?
So there's two reports. There's injuries that it was at halftime, and it was in the first quarter. I think it was in the first quarter, and Jimmy told Kyle at halftime, and Kyle did not. I think Kyle was like, "You can play through it."
It's not Jimmy's fault.
This is
why going back to this.
But he did miss Juice in the first quarter, and he did throw that INT in the first quarter before the injury.
See, that made me dislike Jimmy G. Juice is my favorite player. I have a Juice jersey. I feel like I'm the only person on this earth.
I saw that on Twitter.
Yeah, and also I still am a big Jimmy Garoppolo fan. I have his high school jersey. I have his NFL jersey.
I have Jimmy's jersey, but I'm never wearing it again in my entire life. It's just gonna collect dust in my closet because I can't stand Jimmy G.
I wear my kiddo on my youth chick. But then back to this normal topic. I'm very confident in the Saints losing. I'm a little bit nervous because it's hard to understand.
You never know with the Falcons. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just hard to understand how good the Saints are, but they don't have a good quarterback, and their team just overall sucks. And what's bad about this, if they make the playoffs, it's just going to be so...
they're a first-round exit.
The Eagles are a first-round exit, too.
It depends. I feel like it depends who the matchup against. But if the Saints make the freaking playoffs, the Saints aren't beating the Cardinals, the Saints aren't beating the Cowboys, and the Saints are not beating the
Packers,
the
Cowboys.
Packers. No, they'll have first round bye. The Bucks. They're not beating the Rams, the Cardinals, the Cowboys, or the Bucks. They're not even maybe the Bucks. They own the Bucks, but they're not competing with any of these teams.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you want to make the playoffs just so you can make your team's not going to compete? You're going to have Taysom Hill out there. Your team is not going to do anything against these top tier teams.
Yeah, they're losing by 30 to whoever they face in the first round.
Literally, to me, it's a waste, and I'm so frustrated that they might make it over us because we are a far better team. We have better wide receivers. Not the better running back, but we have better wide receivers. A better defense, maybe on par of the same. Better quarterback play, maybe a better head coach. And we have our team has more fight in it.
Oh, our team could actually go to a Super Bowl. Their team can maybe...
Not a chance.
Maybe
win one game.
No, not even maybe. They can maybe not lose by more than 30 in the first round. Maybe. Taysom Hill sucks. He's not good. I posted my thoughts on Taysom Hill. I made a whole video on it. He's one of the worst players in the NFL. He doesn't do anything good. He got paid a lot. I don't. Do you understand the contract? Do you know how it works? Is it if he plays snaps at
It's
quarterback?
it's like yeah, he's not guaranteed anything though. I feel
But
like
how does he get the money?
I believe it's playing and not getting injured.
That's the worst contract in NFL history. He's literally. What is he
Wasn't it
good
like
at?
15 million or something? How
It's
much was
it's
it?
something like that. I thought it was like 130 million over a amount of years. It's
I,
big.
I I think it was like 15 per year. I think it was.
Yeah, and that's crazy, cause he does nothing good. He's not a good tight end. He's not a good running back. Not a good quarterback. Not a good
He's a
receiver.
wannabe Debo Samuel. Debo
Yeah,
Samuel throws better footballs than him.
like just because you can play every position does not make you good at any. He's not good at any. He's
It
useless.
also doesn't mean you should play at every position.
Yeah, he shouldn't even be a quarterback. Like
Wow, I didn't know there was so much Taysom Hill hate inside you.
it's not even Taysom Hill hate. It's just the fact that he's horrible.
That's
Like
fair.
that's just what I gotta say about him. I think the Falcons
I
win this game. I think
I do hope they
yeah,
win.
They will.
I do hope we make the playoffs because, I mean, if we don't make the playoffs this season, just seems like such a waste. Like Jimmy Garoppolo's trade value didn't go anywhere. It's probably the same. We missed the playoffs, and Trey Lance didn't really develop. Like, what was the point? What was the point of the season? Make the playoffs, even lose the first game, but make the playoffs. Say you made the playoffs, and this season was worth something.
Yeah. It just sucks not having a first round pick. It just sucks.
That like, because you can't play for anything right now besides the playoffs. You don't have a first round pick. I mean, it's not looking good for the 49ers if they miss the playoffs this year.
And I can't even be that
They need to
excited
make
about
it
the
for the
draft.
confidence.
It's just so
We
sad.
can. We have the second round pick. Do we even have a third? I don't think we have a third either.
I don't think so.
Well, hopefully the Saints can choke and lose, and the Niners win.
Yep.
And hopefully they'll be in the playoffs. Maybe see the Cardinals, the Cowboys, or the Bucks. Antonio Brown's, it was sad to watch. Who do you not want to face in the playoffs? And who do you think the 49ers match up best in the first round?
Okay. So I'm just gonna go over like all the top seeds, and basically I don't think we beat Green Bay.
Well, we wouldn't play Green Bay the first round because
No, I was saying like second round type thing.
So if we make it, okay.
Because we would face Green Bay in the second round if we win. That's
For
a guarantee.
Because we do the lowest seed.
Yeah. Even if
Unless
not, the Eagles aren't winning.
win a game somehow.
They're not winning. I'm
Somehow
sorry.
win.
There's no
So
way.
they beat the Cowboys or something.
I think we can beat the Cowboys now without Michael Gallup. I think the Cowboys are fraudulent. Cardinals, yes. Rams, yes. Buccaneers, I don't know.
Dude, the Jets, Zach Wilson had a 14-point lead against them.
Yeah, but they're
Chris
not.
Godwin's
They're not
gone.
coming out.
Antonio
Yeah.
Brown is gone. They just have Mike Evans now.
The issue is, can we run on them? And their secondary is
I
even
don't know.
bad. They have a top 5 safety in the NFL on their team.
Antoine Winfield Jr.
Yeah.
Their corners really suck, though. They have Richard Sherman back there, and I don't even know, Carlton Davis Jr. maybe.
I forgot
they
his
don't have
name.
the best
They have a
corners.
guy that's like 5th in PFF ranking apparently. Apparently he's good. But I mean that doesn't mean everything.
Sean Murphy Bunt? No, not Sean Murphy.
I think it might be Sean Murphy Bunting. It's some
Is
weird
it?
name.
I know he was on the team last year. I don't know
Yeah.
if he was on this year.
It's
I
some
mean, that's
random
fair.
guy.
So what team do you want them to face? Like, if you had to choose Niners first round, we'll say we win on Sunday. So that means the Cardinals, Cowboys, and Bucks are the 3 teams we can face. Which one do you want to face out of those 3? Which one team do you want to face?
Cardinals. That's so
Really?
That just sounds so easy to me. The Cardinals suck. Literally.
I don't play the Cowboys just so we could beat them, and then we can just tell the Cowboys we own them.
Yeah, but I mean, I think we could
Micah
beat the
Parsons
Cowboys.
does scare me though.
He's a scheme guy. He literally, if you can just figure out how he's being schemed, a lot of his pressure comes off of the defensive scheme. If you can figure that out, you'll be fine. We have receivers that are just gonna bitch. Sorry, can I use that word on here?
Sure.
I won't use it. That was my bad. I was just thinking about.
I don't care.
I was thinking about Trayvon Diggs and how our receivers are absolutely gonna just destroy him because he's weak in one-on-one coverage. Like, imagine, because he's gonna be covering Ayuk and Debo. Just throw up a 50-50 ball. They're gonna push him to the ground and catch it. I mean, they're bigger than him. They're stronger than him.
All right.
They just don't match up well against our offense.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't mind playing the Cowboys and beating them. The team I would want to face in the first round is probably the Cardinals.
Yeah.
I agree with you with that. Just because I mean they don't have a good rushing defense at all, if I'm being honest. And Trey Lance almost beat them week 5 when they were a better team in week 5. They're a
Yeah,
worse team than they are now.
and
So
DeAndre
I mean,
Hopkins is out, right? Yeah, yep.
I think he's out for the year if I'm not
They said
wrong. In fact,
NFC Championship is
that's
like,
what I was about to say. If not the NFC Championship, this is when he's. So I mean, the Cardinals might be first on exits. The team I definitely don't want to face is definitely the Buccaneers because of how stellar their run defense is and
yeah,
how our team literally crumbles when you can't run the football. Our team's like this when you run the football, you don't run the football, they're like this. I mean, it's like night and day when you can't run the football with the team.
yeah. I mean, I'd be fine with the Bucks second round. I feel like we could beat the Bucks with Jimmy Garoppolo. We can't beat them with Trey Lance. That's how I feel like it is. We can beat the Cardinals and we can beat the Cowboys with Trey Lance. I I
I
don't know.
think I think we match up better with Trey Lance against the Bucks because the Bucks have a insane pass rush. Jimmy
Yeah,
G just stands there and just like Trey Lance can maybe get around Shaq Barrett, get around JPP, and throw the ball out there. And I mean, the Bucks also have really good linebackers, which is Jimmy G's kryptonite. I think Trey Lance matches really well against any of these teams. I think Jimmy particularly matches better up against the Cowboys, though.
yeah, yeah. Because the Cowboys have they have solid players on their defense,
Because the Cowboys, I mean, I think the Niners can run those slants, those middle of the pack plays, right in
and
the
they
middle
can
of the
just
field
run on
against the
them. They
Cowboys
don't
these days.
have D tackles that are like that.
Exactly.
They have Buccaneers have Vita Vea, the one of the strongest D tackles. He's big. He literally is gonna dominate. And then they have Devin White, who's a great run stopper. But the thing about Devin White is
And
Devontae
what's the
David.
other one? And Levante David.
Yeah, they can stop the run, but I think our best bet against the Bucks is 5 yard passes, checkdowns the whole game. I think that would work over the middle against because Devin White can't cover. He's
Like
literally
quick
Micah
quick
Parsons.
passes, quick passes.
Yeah, slants and shit. Oh, sorry, my bad. Slants
No,
over the
you're good.
middle.
You're good. Don't even worry. Don't even worry.
Devin White just isn't that guy in coverage. He's literally just like a bowling ball that runs at the lineman and makes
That's
plays.
fair. Well, I mean, we'll see what happens. We'll literally find out on
Yep.
Sunday whether we're making the playoffs or not. Very exciting stuff, very scary stuff. I just want to say thank you for Jaxx for coming on the show today. Make sure to follow his TikTok down below as well. I'm gonna have him send me that link right there. It was a pleasure having you and talking to you. I like hearing your opinions about this,
Mm,
and I'm excited for this week, but I'm also
yep.
scared. I'll definitely DM you in the group chat too while the game's happening and stuff, just to let you know. And well, I mean, we might be able to come back to this next week again on Monday
Yep.
and talk about who was wrong, who was right. The Niners in the playoffs, Niners missed the playoffs. We could definitely make this like a weekly thing with you because you have some good opinions.
Oh yeah, 100% be down for that.
All right. Thank you so much, Jack. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment as well. Check out my Twitter once again, Jack's Twitter, Jack's TikTok, and the fourth quarter's Twitter. We'll see you guys later on this week with my Week 18 predictions and Week 17 recap. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment once again, and peace.
All right, there you go.